fellow driver radio fans, Richard Rush here today with my dad, John Rush, behind the camera. This is a review we're going to kind of do with one person rather than two. We had a little bit of a hectic week this week, so we really only got to see kind of one of these cars. This is the 2016 Infiniti QX50. This is the rear-wheel drive model. There is an all-wheel drive model that is available, but this is the rear-wheel drive. There's not a whole lot of changes from 2015 to 2016 for this model year. They've redesigned the exterior just a little bit. They've added a few, they added actually a Premium Plus package to the inside. And actually, real quick, I'm going to check my notes. And the biggest change that they've actually done is added a longer wheelbase. So this car actually just comes in one single trim package with the optional packages on it, and they're kind of all-in options or not. If you add all those options onto this car, it raises the price about $9,000. And some of you are going to say, well, what is the base price of this car? Base price of this car is about $34,000 and some change. If you add every single option package that you can add onto it, it's about $43,000 and some change. So just a little bit of a price point for you there. Okay, everyone, now we're going to show you some of the revamped exterior styling for 2016. So as we come along the passenger side here, again, you can see for those of you that are familiar with the past versions of the QX50, started out as a different model number. I believe it was an EX something, is now transformed into the QX50, sort of that hatchback crossover, sort of a type of a look to it. What is standard on this vehicle? The standard features, just to name a few: 18-inch alloy wheels, automatic headlights, heated outside mirrors, leather upholstery all throughout, rear view camera, all of that's fantastic. Some new standard features for 2016: LED daytime running lights, sunroof, heated seats, and the Premium Plus package, which is not a new standard feature obviously, but is a new updated feature. Keep going.
Let's keep going.
So obviously, and that Premium Plus feature is not a new feature, but a new standard feature, but an updated feature for 2016. One of our favorite pieces of this car actually is the 3.7 liter V6 that is underneath the hood. It really is a fantastic motor and a fantastic engine. Produces about 325 horsepower. Really works really well. Gets up and goes if you need to get out in traffic, especially with this rear wheel drive. Real quick before we kind of take our drive, I want to walk you around to the back and show you what the I guess the hatch and the trunk looks like and the styling. You can see that nice QX50 badging right there. This nice burgundy pearlish color that's on here, which is really nice. This does come with the optional around view camera system that Nissan and Infiniti are famous for. Works really well. We'll show you that during the driving portion. Overall driving impressions of this, actually we'll kind of talk about that in a second, but as far as the looks go, in our opinion, they've actually done a much better job in years past on this vehicle. You're going to have to be the judge if you like the looks of this car or not. It's to some people, we've gotten some comments about some people love it, some people aren't huge fans of it, so you're going to have to be the judge personally. But with that, let's take a quick drive. We'll come back, go through the trunk space, talk about that a little bit, go through the interior a little bit more in depth, and then give you our opinion of the 2016 Infiniti QX50. All right, fans, we're actually driving. We're starting the driving portion of the driving portion. What do we think of the driving of this car and how does it drive? Has that nice 3.7 liter V6, 325 horsepower engine underneath the hood. Fuel economy, you're going to range anywhere from 17 to 24 or 25 miles per gallon, which actually is really, well, it's decent for this class. On the highway, you're going to be closer to that 24. Driving around town, you're going to be closer to the 17. I was personally about 19, whereas my dad was actually about 23, 24, I believe, in fact. So what do we think of the drive? It's decently quiet, and actually I'll be quiet here right now so you can kind of hear what that sounds like, and I'll actually rev up the engine a little bit so you can hear. So depending on who you are, you may like the fact that you can really hear the engine sound like that, or you may not like that you can hear the engine sound, to be honest with you. Just something to be aware of. But in terms of overall quietness, when you do get up on the highway, it's a little bit noisier than we would like and that we would be fans of, to be honest with you. Just something that we did note. As far as the ride comfort and quality, these front seats are Honestly, very nice and very comfortable. I could take a long trip in these very well. I think my dad actually had the same ability. This does come, the driver's seat does have powered lumbar support in it. The passenger seat does have an 8-way adjustable passenger seat technology, or I guess not technology, but you have the ability of adjusting that with the passenger seat. We don't always tell you guys that sometimes, but we want to make sure we start doing that, telling you what the passenger does get to see. Real quick here, we're going to actually pull right into here, and I'm going to show you the backup camera and the around view camera system. So Dad, if you can kind of pull up here real quick. So we're in drive right now. We're going to go to reverse. You can see the backup camera right here. It does have the dynamic grid lines, so you can back up wherever you want to see. This does have the around view monitoring right there, which is a very nice feature and something that we're personally fans of. It really does work absolutely fantastic. We can't say enough about it. It makes it parking and pulling into tight spaces very easy to do. You can change the different views right there. Real quick, I'm going to put it in park. This is the same old Infiniti system that most of you have been used to in terms of the infotainment system. 7-inch color display. It is a touchscreen. You can also maneuver and operate everything from this turnstile wheel right here, also with these buttons. We'll talk a little bit more about that in the opinion portion. We would like to see maybe this be updated here in the very near future. Dual climate controls, which is a nice standard feature there, and you do have the automatic and adaptive cruise, which with that we'll actually kind of start driving one more time, and I'll give you a little bit more opinion here. One of our favorite features of Infiniti is in fact the ability to literally not touch the steering wheel at all. If you so choose, we don't recommend it, but there's been times where you can literally set the cruise control, set the lane keep assist, and literally not have to worry about touching the steering wheel one iota. You can literally set the cruise control, do that, it will steer you around corners wherever you need to go, which is some really nice handy features. So with that, we'll actually head back, we'll hop out, give you the kind of the trunk portion, the liftgate portion of it, go through the interior, then give you our opinion of the 2016 Infiniti QX50. All right, fans, we're back from the driving portion. We're going to get to the liftgate trunk portion. One thing we will note, on this model there is no available power liftgate, and this obviously does not have one on it. Something Infiniti we'll get to in the opinion portion, but we would really like to see in a car of this quality, we would really honestly like to see a power liftgate, at least an option available for a consumer. So you are here, let me make sure I find it right here. So you lift, you can see it's just, you don't have to lift it very far, and it does take it the rest of the way, which is really nice. 18 cubic feet of cargo room back here in the back, which is ample and not quite leading its class. It's actually on the lower end of its class, which is something to note. You do have a little bit of storage underneath here with the spare tire. You could put some med kits, a few things down there, some flashlights if you wanted to, which is some nice handy storage. One thing I will point out really quick, and that is on the side right here, this does have the power folding second row seats, which is a really nice feature to where the second row seats can fold down. Actually, I'll show you that real quick. So we'll go here. So you can see that. That's it folding it down. And if you want to bring it back up, you just push the button. This is a very nice, awesome, honestly awesome, handy feature that you don't see in a lot of other cars. With both of those folded down, and actually, Dad, I'm going to fold down the big one here real quick, and then we can kind of show it from the other point of view. It lays nearly flat. So with this, and I think I'll mention it again, 50 cubic feet of cargo room with a nearly flat floor. That's fantastic for this class, and I do love the power folding second row seating. Really is very nice. But again, if you're going to Infiniti, if you're going to put in that power folding second row seat, why don't you put in power liftgate as well? It would make sense to me. But in order to close it, you just pull down it from here, able to close that, go from there. So we're going to come around to this side really quick, and since we did have the other side folded, let me unlock it. Hit the button twice, unlocks the back seat. Nice wide opening. What I will say, this seat is set for a 5'9", 5'10" individual, myself and my dad, and there's plenty of room in here. With the longer wheelbase, you get about 4.3 inches of extra leg room here in the back seat, which is really nice, especially if you have some taller people riding with you. You do sit up a little bit higher, which allows you to get some more viewing, that sort of a thing, I guess better scenery. I'm going to show you the apportionments on the door real quick. Some nice maple accents here, some nice leather upholstery throughout. Really does look nice. I do like of the look and feel of the interior in terms of how it feels. Very comfortable seating, all of that. And actually, I'm going to put this seat up. Notice you can do it manually if you would like. You do have vents right here for the back seats. You don't have heated rear seats, but you also do have your cup holder is right here for the ability, and we'll actually get to that here in just a second. In the front, one other feature I will show you is actually a really nice feature, and that is a clothes hanger right here in the back seat. So if you've got some clothes that you want to put on here, you can just, it's actually built into this headrest. You just put on whatever clothes you need, and if you're going to a nice event, a jacket, whatever it might be, you can put it right there. Very easy to do, very easy to operate. Just put that back down. Nice wide opening door. That part is really, really nice. So with that, we'll head to the front seat. All right, fans, here's the front seat. Real quick, going to show you the door. The first thing that we will show you, again, some nice leather upholstery, the nice maple accents right there. Fantastic. You will notice the blind spot monitoring system right up there next to the mirror. Power folding outside mirrors, heated I should say as well. Nice leather right here. It's interesting how they've done this, and actually they've brought this throughout and kind of even made these indentations. Something a little bit different, but nice spacious cabin up here for the passenger. Again, the maple accents throughout. The heated seats, you do have the ability to fold up the second row seats from back here, or from up here, which is a very nice feature, the snow mode as well. One thing I will show you, and this is honestly maybe one of our biggest cons on this, is the cup holders. Go right here. If you'll notice, the cup holders are here, but honestly, they are it's nearly impossible to get two even small sized coffee cups in here together. You have to have very tall, skinny drinks in order to fit them in here. Otherwise, you're looking at maybe just one drink, if that, if at all. So Infiniti, if you're listening, please, 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 please address that moving forward. Here's the center console. You do have a power outlet right there, as well as your another USB port, which is very nice and handy. Not terribly deep, but again, that's not something you're necessarily expecting. 7-inch infotainment system, which we'll talk about in the opinion, and we went over a little bit during the driving portion. A little bit, I guess, on the older side in terms of what the competitors are looking at. We do apologize for the steering wheel being turned when we got back from the drive. We made sure everything was kind of turned there. You do have the adaptive cruise control, the lane keep assist, all of the nice safety features that Infiniti and Nissan are becoming more and more known for. Real quick, because I did not mention this in the driving portion, the sunroof, which is up above. Again, a standard feature that we mentioned in the opening, which is a really, really nice thing, in our opinion, a nice added bonus. So with that, there's not a whole lot else to go over. I'm going to hop out and we'll give you our opinion of the 2016 Infiniti QX50. Hello fans, here's our opinion of the 2016 Infiniti QX50. Again, a little bit revamped for 2016, not a whole lot of changes. What do we like about this car? Personally, I like the engine. I love how well it runs, especially at our altitude. The 325 horsepower is a nice added bonus. You don't have to give up a ton of fuel economy and actually we've been able to average on the high side of what they say, which is, again, is 17 to 24 miles per gallon. We've actually been able to average about 20 miles per gallon, which is really nice. And if you're doing strictly highway, no issues of being able to get to that 24, 25 miles per gallon range. In terms of drive quality, it's definitely is a smooth car to drive at times. What do we not like about this car? The cup holders. And some of you are going to say, well, who cares about the cup holders? Well, when you're driving and you're trying to put coffee in there, everyday living, it's not great for that. Don't like the dated infotainment system. In Infiniti, this is something that you've actually updated on some of your newer cars, and we'd like you to see to carry over to all of your car systems. I guess what else do we not like? I don't think it's as quiet as it should be for a car of this class and of this quality. I think when you're driving, and we tried to show you that during the driving portion, we feel that this car should be more quiet on the inside. You should be able to carry, you shouldn't really have much road noise, even with the car sitting a little bit lower to the ground. Should be an Infiniti, should be a little bit quieter. But are those going to be things that prevent us or from you from buying the car? I'm not sure. For that, you're going to have to be the judge. These are just things that we like to point out to everyone to make it known as far as what we like and what we don't like about the car. Overall, Infiniti has put this car on the road. It's actually one of their better selling vehicles. It was a very fun car to drive. Again, I love the engine, especially here in Colorado with the hilly environment that we do have. So if you want to learn more about this vehicle, head to Infiniti's website, do some research there, and also if you want to test drive this vehicle, head to your local Infiniti dealer and tell them that John and Richard Rush from Drive Radio sent you.